Well, hello, and welcome back, everybody. I am AJ O'Neill, and we're doing a little bit. Well, do I even say we're doing a live stream, live coding? Because that's what I do. So it seems that's kind of implicit. I'm gonna be playing some music. Let me know if the music is too loud, according to the sound of my voice. It looks like it shouldn't be. If we just turn it back on right now, it looks like the music shouldn't be too loud. But if it is too loud, let me know. And we are gonna continue to work through this Dash payment service. So it's a digital currency payment service. The idea is you scan a QR code, you use your Dash wallet on your phone, you pay, and the merchant gets a webhook to let them know that you paid. And so what I'm doing is I'm offering this service as a paid service through itself. So the service is going to get a webhook from itself that the user paid and can use the API. So hence Webhook-ception. So that all said, let's just have a quick word from our not a sponsor, Mr. Mountain Dew. Everybody, this is again the Walmart version of the it's the Walmart version of the Yeti cooler, but it scientifically outperforms it. Anyway, pop it top, my friends. Let us open focus. There we are. Good. That's the orange juice I know and love. Okay. So. What's up? How y'all doing? And again, somebody at least confirm, is the music good or bad? The volume here. Oh, whoops. I need to go... yeah, there we go. All right, got the chat open, got the Twitches open. Okay, we're cool. Let's go. Oh, I need to get back into my Dash node here and probably my little app there. Use screen. I love screen. Some people like to use Tmux, but they're wrong. I don't remember why. I think Tmux is superior with features, but screen works more reliably cross-platform or something like that. So, okay, where was I? I think I was just looking in server at webhooks. And I was trying to figure out how to add, because we have two sets of webhooks here. We have this app is registering itself with the full node that's going to be running some services. But this is primarily going to be a relay for that. I think we're going to... Yeah, so to do. Save owner URL and an adder to database, and then account. How are we defining account here? Register webhook. We define account by generating a token, or by... What are all the ways that we can get an account here? Account token. Let me remind myself, what does the account token look like? Tokens. I think it's just a random string that we make up, if I remember correctly. Or that was just for comedic effect. I only do that when I'm truly alone sometimes. Probably a little bit more like that. Anyway. Okay, register. And what I said was I wasn't going to worry about getting it hooked up to the database yet. Did I bring in... Okay, so we got... This is the real database. And then I have the hooks DB here. I think I'm just going to call this faux DB. And then we just need to know the stale age of the hook. Stale age Okay. So the idea of the stale age is that we're looking for payments that are fairly instant. We're not looking to try to track payments that might be a year old. But then maybe we could, because only so many transactions come through per, I guess it is second, but in total it's per minute. Because instant transactions come through whenever they come through, they're instantaneous. So I guess that should give us enough time to look up every single transaction in real time, but yeah, so we could, instead of having these in memory, we should be able to just have it run straight out of the database and do okay by it. To think on that. For our purposes now, either one works. So I'm just going to go with this because I'll get back to the putting this in the database later. We need to do this probably on the other side as well. So we'll see how this goes, because I'm probably going to end up merging these two projects into one to some degree, but I want to keep them separate to some degree as well because of the usefulness of this generically for anything. If I'm going to do any type of project with payments, this should be replicated, be able to be replicated for that. Okay. So Hooks-DB. Let's go back in here one more time. I'm going to go up top. This is something that I'm putting these in alphabetical order. This is something that's local, so we're going to do hooks-db.js. Oh. Probably should put this under lib. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so this is good. And this doesn't require anything, right? Yeah, it's just pure in-memory. Nothing else about it. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. So far, nobody's let me know if the audio is good or not, if the music's too loud or too soft. So if you wouldn't mind letting me know, that'd be appreciated. Just got started. And let me know what you'd like to learn about. Feel free to ask questions, interject. I'm just going to be talking out loud while I'm coding. Okay, did I actually... Alright, I wanted to call this faux Hooks-DB. We're just going to call it Hooks-DB because I don't need to say it's faux because we are going to replace it with the real one eventually. Okay, so... But I don't need to do anything about that. Music's a tad loud. Okay. Let me see if I can turn that down. I'm going to turn it down over here on virtual cables. I'll go to audio properties. Okay, let's cut it in. Did that make any difference at all? Because the thing is, it's looped in differently. Regardless of how it sounds for me, it's going to be at a different volume level for y'all. By the way, Caleb, welcome. Steven, welcome back. Caleb, I don't know if you've been on the channel before. Hickenbrack. I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell, but welcome. What do you do? You know what? I'm going to turn this down a little bit more again. Whoops. Oh, crap. There we go. Sorry if that got really loud for a second. Okay. Does that sound better? Is that low enough? Alright, so we've got the hooks. I called create on it, and then we've got a get Add. Oh! Okay. Did not recognize you from the profile pic. Yeah. Didn't you have much longer hair? What am I doing? I keep on opening and closing the same file again. Welcome to my life as a dev. Okay, so I've got the add. Oh, you know what I didn't do that I need to do? I need to type def what the hooks looks like. Because here, I don't... Yeah, here I didn't do that. So let me go back. And see where this was used. Over here, I think it's being used in server. Am I calling it just hooks? Okay, so it is called hooks.db there. Where... Oh, come on now. Okay, hooks.register? Okay, there it is. Webhooks. db.set. Okay, this is the thing that I need to type def here, I think, is what this actually looks like. There we go. So I am a fan of JS-doc. I wish that we had something that was intended for JavaScript rather than something that's intended for Java, but because JS-doc is basically just a ripoff of Java-doc, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but it's definitely not JavaScript at all. So I'm going to call this hook data. And so we've got param number ts. And then we got param when this data was created. There we go. That's a better name for it. So this is going to be a string. And this is going to be... I forget what it's called. It's got a BIP something or other. BIP address. What is it called? It's probably BIP 47. Is that what this is? No, that's not it. BIP 32. Okay, I think that's it. I think it's BIP 32 is the type of address that it is. Let's see. Where's an example of it? Version bytes, 1 byte. Fingerprint. Yeah, this looks right. Ah, whoops. Actually, let me no, that's not it. I think BIP 32 human readable. Well, kind of human readable. If somebody knows what it is I'm trying to say, please correct me. All right, this is also going to be a string. And the pub key hash is the PK2H or something like that. PK2H, is that what it is? PKH2? Pub key hash PK H2, something like that. Okay, pay to pub key. There we go. That's it. So this is the raw address. No version. I think this one's hex as well or something. Alright. And this is... I'm trying to remember. Used for webhooks basic auth. There we go. I think we could put in here URL. No, it needs to be string because it's not a URL object. The URL to contact. Okay, there we go. So now we need to annotate. By the way, I learned how to annotate normal JavaScript objects with functions recently. It's a little bit roundabout, but also very simple to understand. Is this a work project or a side hustle? This is side hustle. So this, my day job is, I work for a company that has a system of record for startups. And my night job is that I work for Dash, the Dash incubator. And I'm going to be using this to integrate. So I have this service called Telebit that people have been wanting to be able to pay for. And I'm actually going to start letting people pay for it. And I am going to let them pay probably in PayPal or Dash. I think I'll start with Dash and we'll see where, how far that gets us. Okay, so anyway, what I was going to say is, so this is how you declare a function type, is you do typedef function, and then we can call this one, let's say hook data add. And then for that, all we need to do is say the parameter is of type hook data, and what is it called? Just hook, I think? Or is it add? Yeah, it's just called hook. And then this returns promise void, I think. I don't think it returns anything. I would like a plugin that would help me to write these, but I think that basically all the plugins are designed to be TypeScript-y, and meaning Java-y and C#-y rather than JavaScript-y. Maybe I could come up with some macros or something. Okay, so then we have get does the opposite. Oh. So now that I've got one of these, hold on, I'm going to type def object, and we're going to call this hookdb, and then we're going to say, oh, whoops, this is wrong. This shouldn't be at param. These should all be at property. All of these ones up here should be at property. So I'm going to do that real quick. Param property. Only functions are params. Objects are property. That makes sense. So this one is going to be, property is going to be of the type hook data add, and it's going to be called add. So the property is a function. So this is how we document normal JavaScript objects with functions in JSDoc. Okay, I wanted to have a get. I think that's all I really care about right now. And this one would be, yeah, we're going to create another one of these and we're going to call it get. And then here I just put at returns hook db. And now I can get my type hinting. Of course, I need to copy over my TS file to get my type hinting working properly. So I'll do that as well. Okay. So, oh, in the get, it takes an address that's going to be, let me just see here real quick. BIP 32 example address. Okay, this might not be what I'm looking for. This is the thing I'm talking about. This address right here, this is in the format that I'm intending to speak to. Let's see. BIP payment address formats. Okay. Yeah, this one I think. No. Okay, so no, this is the right one then, because this one contains. Back 32. Let's see what we get here. Hash public key. Dang it. Whatever. I'll let that one go for now. But I want to use the right terminology. Because the raw address does not differentiate between networks. So if you were to make a payment to a raw address, and say you made a payment from a Dash network to a Bitcoin network using a raw address, well, the Dash wallets that I know of wouldn't allow that to happen because they don't operate on raw addresses. But if you were to use the lower level software and just give it a raw address, there's nothing to indicate what network the address belongs to, whether it's Litecoin or Dash, etc. But the other format of the address has the network information in the address, a little magic byte, header byte, that tells you this is meant for the Litecoin network or the Dash network, etc. And so that's the difference between whatever this address is and the pub key hash, the raw pub key hash, if I'm saying that properly. Okay, so this one is just going to take a string that's going to be an address, human friendly-ish, network payment address. All right, cool. So now I've got this documented. Let me go ahead and grab my TypeScript config. Where is that at? Let's search for Beyond Code type lint. Let me throw in GitHub. I'm going to try type hint. Come on. Pretty sure I put it on Beyond Code. Whatever. Fine. I'll go to the video so that I can grab the link. There it is. For anybody else that's interested. So Caleb, maybe you can give me a tutorial on how to do the .d.ts files. I think the problem with that might be that you have to use TypeScript and it may not work for JavaScript. Because, I mean, I go on this rant all the time, but TypeScript is a scripting language for C#. It is not a language for JavaScript. They just tacked it on to JavaScript, but it is designed for C#. It is a C# scripting language. And so there's a lot of stuff that if you're trying to use TypeScript, it doesn't work well with JavaScript paradigms. Anyway, type linting starter. There we go. But yeah, show me some examples, because I'm open to learning how to do the .d.ts files. I don't know. I kind of think I want to stick with JSDoc if I can, because there is a subset of JSDoc that's pretty small where you don't have to learn a lot. And there, you kind of mix in a little bit of the TypeScript flavor JSDoc. What do you do? Okay, I'm going to prerequisites. We do have TypeScript. We have ML. I think all I need to do... Oh, I could get rid of this now. This I should get rid of that bit, because this is no longer required. This had something to do with a bug I had in my TS config. It wasn't really a bug. It was something was specified wrong. I think the target was incorrect. I think I had a target of... It should have been... I don't know if ES next is beyond. Okay, let's go take a look real quick. I'm going to grab this TS config and I'm going to compare it with another project that's working. Make sure. Okay, I'm going to restart the music. Back from the beginning. If you got another suggestion, let me know. I just need something that's royalty-free and copyright safe, yada yada. You really should write a blog post on it, because there is a stupid, in a bad way, amount of content, just stupidly small amount of content on how to use type hinting and type linting without actually getting into JavaScript. Okay. So I think my problem might have been that I was using ES Next instead of ES 2021 or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go... Give me a second. I'm going to grab another project. TS config. Actually, oh, I've got one right here, I think. Hold on. compare this working with my template and make sure to update the template if the template's not up to date. Then tsconfig dot .json, yeah, .json. They really should have given it the extension JSON 5. It's kind of unfair to give it the extension JSON because it's not JSON, and it, yeah, makes... I don't know. Should probably find the way to tell them to use JSON 5 syntax highlighting for JSON files by default. Anyway, so there's my target. Module. Okay, I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to go check on this one. And I'm just going to see what the difference is between the two. So now I'm going to delete this file. I'm going to add it again. I'm going to paste again. I'm going to save again. And let's see what the diff is between the two. No. Diff on tsconfig. Okay, module, common.js. It looks like without comments is the only difference there. Target is the same. No implicit any is true. Yeah, this comes from a project that was a long-standing project, so I had to put no implicit any as false on that one. Module resolution is node. Okay. Looks like the default is node anyway, so that's probably not a problem. I'm gonna do, yeah, /@ types I think is better. Is that what I'm doing over in this project? I can't remember. What's the appropriate way to do it? Hold on. I'm gonna look in this other project real quick. There's actually a standard way that you're supposed to do it. I don't remember if it was supposed to be, I think it is /typings. I could be wrong. Yeah, okay. So these look about the same. The only difference is the module resolution. This one's lacking a comment up here. Okay, so I think... Okay, the one that's in red is the one that's in my template. So correct. Correct. No implicit any false, that's correct. This has a comment, that's correct. Node resolution is the default, so that should be correct. And then I think it might supposed to be typings. Wait. Oh, whoops. I'm reading this the wrong way. My template is the one that's in green. Okay. So my template might be missing an option. No implicit any should be false. Okay, anyway, this is good enough to get started. I'm going to go with star.js. Alright, let's just see if going into that hooksdb file, whoops, was it lib hooksdb? Yeah. Let's just see if there's any complaints in here. Let's, Oh, also, do I have oh, I don't have TSC installed. Alright, so, TypeScript at latest. JS hint at latest, prettier at latest, glyphi JS at latest. Is there anything else that I need to include in this? And let's go take a look. I need to add it to my source, my AL stuff. I think I actually had that over here. Hold on. All right, have a good night, Caleb. I'll catch you at the next meetup. And maybe in the Utah Node.js Discord. I have not checked messages there in a little bit. Okay, where is my ale stuff? There we go, ale winters. Okay, did I really get everything right? Shouldn't have. Oh, whoops. I didn't do -G. That was my problem here. I also don't think I meant to do -save on that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and get those out of here. JSHint, no. TypeScript, no. Uglify, no. Prettier, no. Okay. Get rid of the save on that. Okay. Now if I save, we should... Nope, still not getting it. Let's try again. So we should be getting errors. Oh, it might be because I have the any turned on by default. I need to turn that back off. No, we're getting plenty of errors. Okay, it should not be looking into the node files. Okay, we've got that being skipped there, so I'm a little bit confused. So we're saying exclude node. And we're saying, let's see, any. No implicit any is true. There should not be an implicit any. That's good. I'm not sure why. Oh, there it goes. It's just really slow. Took a long time. There we go. Let's go ahead and define HookDB ops as well. I think we have, what, is this a number? Stale age. And what is this? Is this milliseconds? Yeah, okay. When to, how long to keep webhook in memory in milliseconds. There we go. That returns identifier expected. Oh, here. It's giving me the error message on the wrong line. All right, and registered addresses. This we just need to type as, I think it's called record. And then it would be string array, and then what? I think hook data. I think that's what it would be. Hook data. There we go. And then we can just type this. Hooks db get. That should work. Did I not have that up here? Oh, hook data get maybe? Okay, so this may end up being more like an interface. Let's see here. Hooks. Actually, this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm going to rearrange this condition so that the type information is implicitly understood. There we go. And then this would have to be... I think I'm just going to put here at param string address. Because this actually can tell implicitly what it's returning from the type of the other bits there. Hey, how's it going, y'all? I'm AJ O'Neill. Welcome to the channel. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask questions. You know, or be shy if you want to. Unless we're talking about code, I don't want to tell you how to live your life. But since we are talking about code, I guess I do want to tell you how to live your life. This is going to be the same thing, too. Alright, and this one is going to be hook data, I think is what that was. Cool. Alright. Sweet. So now we've got correct type information in this file. Excellent. I got to double check, but that should, if I were to run the JS.doc command, that should output correctly now, I think. All right, I'm going to look at this TS config one more time. Okay, no implicit any should be true. Just going to double check in here. Yeah. I guess we should move on to ES 2022 now or something. Okay. Module resolution. Alright, so that one is explicit. That's fine. And then what are we saying for the typings? I think this is correct. I think it is /typings. And this is for overloading existing types. So basically you can monkey patch types. For example, express is a common one. You might want to add, for example, rec.user onto express. And so you could put that into your typings. I think I might have an example of that in here. Let's see, do we have a typings directory? Yep, this is the exact example that I gave. Namespace, express, export interface, user. That is indeed the exact answer that I gave, or the exact example that I gave. Okay, so this looks good. Okay. So now I've got my type information that I wanted. I can go back to registering my webhook maybe. So let's say I type this at type, what do I call it? Hook data. So I can say let hook equals, and then it'll gripe at me. And it would be cool if I had autocomplete on this. I might be able to turn that on, but I find that the autocomplete gets it wrong so much. It's just frustrating. So it's saying hook is defined but never used. Okay, well let's console.log hook so that one goes away, and hopefully it'll get to the TypeScript error, which tells me, okay, this is what's missing about this. Cannot find name hook data. Alright, let's just double check here. So lib hooksdb hook data. I wonder if I need to move this over to the types. I think I might need to. It might be staying local to that file, whereas if I put it in types, that'll be shared through the whole project, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so let's open this back up again. Okay, good. Interesting. It's not griping about this. Ah, now it's griping out of it. Great. Good. Excellent. Actually, I don't even know if I need this now. Let me think here. I need to see npm install save dev at types express. And then I should be able to type this import express dot handler. Now that should stop griping at me. Good. I really do need to make a little init function that adds that tsconfig. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do that for myself right now. tsconfig.json.txt. The reason I add .txt is so that it doesn't accidentally get loaded by default. So I'm going to take this file here. Let's see, first I'm going to go to bin. I'm going to say update tsconfig tpl. Maybe tmpl? tpl. There we go. There we go. So first we'll have this. Yep. All right, let's mod that. And then I'll do update tsconfig. That should download it for me. I should probably echo out where it's going. And let's make that fail silently. And then I'm going to echo updated this file name. There we go. So now when I run that, boom. And then I'm going to update my mkjs. And I'm just going to have it check as not just the JSN file and the prettier file, but also say replace .js-hint-rc with tsconfig.json. Okay. So if there's not a tsconfig, then I'll create one. Good enough. Okay. By the way, my bot reminds me to remind myself to remind you that if you like what you like, or then you get more of what you like. So if you like this, then like it. And also consider sub and follow and all that. And you can join in on the Beyond Code Discord if you want to join the Discord channel. I'm kind of antisocial, so I don't do much in there. I just kind of post when I'm going live, and then we do have a little bit of fun chat now and then, and I post job opportunities sometimes. Anyway. So there, now next time I go to make a JavaScript project, this is mkjs is basically my init where it just copies over my default files that I'm going to want to use, config files and stuff. So now I've added that to my file. So next time I'm making one of these projects, when I run my mkjs, it will just add the tsconfig automatically and I won't have to think about it. Because I do have a good one now. All right. Okay. So I need to think about this one more time. I am going to relay webhooks, and that is the OG register webhook. Let me see, OG reg. This should be the OG register, because this one is connecting directly to, and this should order APIX. Okay, I need to split this up maybe a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I see what's going wrong here. So this I need to set up for its own self. Where is the correct place for this? Hold on. API app dot. Where's webhooks? Okay. So the DWH-webhook, that's what that stands for. This is where the real deal webhooks are going to come in. This is going to be the relay, or the raw that relays. And this is going to be It's used by any service. So any service would want to implement this webhook. So this really would not be the update payment status relay, but this would be, I mean, not update payment status webhook. This would be the relay hook webhook. And that doesn't exist yet. And as always, feel free to ask questions, make small talk, whatever. Who's on right now anyway? Anyone I know? Longtime friends? All right. All right, I think this is correct. I need to have a special address. Do I have any secrets here? Okay, hold on just one second. I'll pull this over to, no, I'm not going to pull it over to the other window. I want to open up a different window. I'm going to see if I actually have any secrets. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. So in my .secret, I have a .env and a .secret env, and the .secret one is the stuff that I don't show on stream. So I think what I need here is a kind of an infinite token. I need a token that's I'm going to call it God mode token. No, I don't really want to call it that. What should I call it? Speaking of which, I'm going to base62.js.org. I think I claimed this one already. Yeah, I did. Cool. Base62 token. So I have this little thing that does, this is exactly what GitHub does for how they generate their tokens. So you can just put in here. So I'm going to call this dpay for dash pay. It's going to be what I'm going to use. There's the entropy of my token. I can verify. Appears to be a valid token. If I change the letter, it's going to say failed verification. So if you want base62 tokens, you can go to base62.js.org and then click on the link to base62 token. Or, oh, it generates it right here too, as well. So I could do, yeah, awesome. base62.js.org. What should I call this? Master token? I think that's what I'm going to call it. Okay, and then we're going to do master token. I don't want to call it master toke, that just sounds cooler. Oh, and I need to annotate the type of this. Hold on. Because one, the ops can be completely optional. So poke DB ops, and two, this might be optional. So stale age may or may not exist on there. And then right here, we may or may not pass in options. I guess we have to pass in options because we're accessing it in this way where we're expanding it. So I'm going to leave that as is. Okay. So I need, where's that? Where's app? Okay, webhook off. I don't know. Okay. I think we need to need a function that creates webhook off. So we have these two different webhooks here. We got the secure compare, DWH token. Where do we define that? Up here. Okay. So that's our registered token for communicating with the full node. So what was our other stuff? Our hello. Oh, there we go. Token off. So this one. I need the master account. What is the master account going to be? I need to go look at DB tokens get real quick. Also, let's go ahead and type this. Let me see. I already had handler here. So I'll just paste it over there. That'll be correct. Ugh. This bugs me. Basically need to create a new type that overrides error with code and status. Let me go ahead and do that. So what I should be able to do is create a type that's called error partial. And I'm going to union this with an error to make a I'm going to call it HTTP error, I think. So we're just going to put in here the number is status, the HTTP status code, and then we're going to have code, something like E XXXX Why? All right, so now that I've typed def error partial, I can type def error and error partial, and I can call this HTTP error. And so now I can write a create function go in here. Let's call it E for brevity's sake. And pass in message E and ops. And we're going to say that this is param string message ops is error partial and returns HTTP error. And then we can do let E equals new error message. And I need to type this HTTP error. And then I TS ignore it because it's going to say, oh, this is not an HTTP error, this is a normal error. And then we just do the error.code equals ops.code, error.status equals ops.status. And now I can throw E invalid token pass in my params, and voila, clean errors. Oh yeah, and I needed to do the types on this too. Oh yeah, I need to do that anyway because I was going to go figure out what the count is from DB tokens. Let's see, table token. So over here, table token. Right here, lib table token. Okay, so lib table token. We have a get. It's going to be returning a row. Oh, bother. So this is the kind of thing where it'd be nice if there's some sort of tooling to generate, because it basically knows from the select here what this is going to contain. Let me go back and double check on this real quick that that is where count actually comes from. Yeah, it does come from tokens.get. Okay, so we're going to run with that for now. So with @param string token @returns count. Now we need to define a count, but a count is going to be this row. Did I already have this in here? I kind of do, more or less. Alright, so it's going to take a row and a count, and it's going to add request count onto the row. And we got the underscore get. Let me go check that out real quick. Underscore get equals. Here we are. Oh, no. It's like star. That was a bad idea. Well, kind of a good idea, but that means I got to go look at the migrations in order to see what the types are. Whoops. Which I don't really want to do, but I kind of wonder if I shouldn't be doing this in Go rather than JavaScript. Why am I doing this in JavaScript? To be more useful to more people. To be easier to integrate into existing and new projects, that's why. Yeah, because I get so much more of this for free and just auto-generated with tooling and stuff if I put it in JavaScript. Anyway, let's see. Where's my token table? All right, let's take a look at all this stuff here and then consider request count as well. So I'm going to go ahead and write a type for, let's put this one up top. I should probably put these in just in alphabetical order to keep it simple. So maybe I'll do that in a bit. All right, this is going to be an object. We're going to call it account. And it's going to be a little bit kooky. Because we're going to have database snake casing on this object. Not the worst thing in the world. Alright, so we're going to have email, phone, webhook. These are all methods of contact. When the balance gets low, something like that. And then we're going to have number, soft quota. I should probably call that quota soft. We'll figure that out later. Quota hard. There's only 2 of them. It's probably fine. All right. Then we need date. And I don't actually know how this comes through. Does this come through as a string? I think this comes through as a string. But I'm not sure. We'll go with this for now. I'll check it later. All right. Expires at. Okay, this is good. So we're going to have this master token with a master account that's going to never expire. It's going to be created at the beginning of time, reset at the beginning of time, all that stuff. Okay, created at, reset at. Kind of working on a lot of boilerplate-y kind of stuff tonight, but I'm in the mentality of this is a long-term project. I'm not just trying to get a clumsy demo together. I'm actually thinking of this from the perspective of, hey, I'm actually building out a real product. And so for as much as some of these things I'm pretty sure about what they're going to look like, and having the typing in place makes it easier to evolve, because you get, you change the name of something in one place, you forget to change it in another, you just run your type linting and then it's going to say, oh, you've documented this type this way in this place, but You misspelled it there. Things like expires versus expired. That kind of stuff gets caught. And I should have something in my tooling that makes it... I mean, if I just were using autocomplete better. Oh, wait. Do I have autocomplete on here? Oh, it's super tab. I don't have super tab. I don't think I've got super tab yet. No, I don't. I need to get that one up there. Let me check my Vim config over here. Probably going to regret this, but I'm going to turn on autocomplete. And you might see what I mean with the autocomplete messing up so much. If it screws me up a lot, then I'll just turn it back off again. Okay, there we go. It's not working. Oh, there it goes. Hey! This is actually what I want. More or less, except I can't tab. Oh, yes, this is what I want. Okay, for some reason the autocomplete is working pretty much perfectly here. So that means that I must have something is screwing up my autocomplete in my other Vim config. I wonder what it could be. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm looking at my other Vim config right now. I don't see anything that looks like it would be giving it a problem. I must have something set up wrong in my other Vim config, because this is the kind of autocomplete that I want. It's relatively snappy. It's not jumping ahead. This is good. Okay, so that's all I did. These couple of things here. I think it might be super tab. I'm going to just check and see if I don't accidentally have something loading. Alright, pack plugin start in my other config. I'm just looking on the other screen real quick. Super tab. You know, maybe super tab is my problem. Because I think I enabled super tab before I enabled the ale tab completion, or it's not tab completion. It's hinting without, well, it does have completion if I use up and down. Let's see if this works. Because I've got, okay, so it takes a second for it to load. Okay, all right, there, now it loaded. So it took it a few seconds to load, but now it's working. And then, okay, I have Command Shift, and then you know how people have WASD for gaming? I have them the same position as WASD, that IJKL. So I can go up and down like this with Shift Command. Okay, cool. This is acceptable. I think I can live with this. I must have just had two conflicting settings before. Hey, this is a triumph.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success.
All right. So I just have to delete super tab. and let the omnifunc complete with ale do its business. Wow. I really need a friend to do a high five with right now, but I don't have friends. Well, at least none that are here in the middle of the night. All right, cool. So that worked out. That's awesome. Oh, and I need to annotate this get function. I don't know if I want to annotate this one. This one right here. Oh, and request count. Let me go ahead and put that on there as well. Number, request count. Cool. Yeah, I did mean to write promise. Thank you. Ha! Oh, this is so nice. Yes, this is great. Ho ho ho. Need a hotkey for this. I have to think on that one. Maybe leader TPS. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to get too stuck down in here. Okay, I'm getting out of there before I get sucked in. I don't want to type everything right now, just what I need to. All right, so I've got the account, which means let's see. I'm actually just going to go into here. We're going to create a master account.js. And then we're going to go into the types file again. I'm going to copy all this stuff just so I have it as a reference. We're going to go into the master account. And I'm going to say ma equals module.exports. ma.create equals function. We're just going to have this thing return a master account. So we're going to do let's do at returns. Ha ha ha. Oh, whoops, lost it. There it goes. Okay, I gotta get in my muscle memory to use this now. Okay, so what about the ID? I think the ID is just going to be, sure, we'll go star. Token is going to be, we'll take the master toke here. Oh, like, it's really going to matter. Email is going to be empty string. Phone is going to be an empty string. Webhook. I have to modify that. Let's go ahead and give this some grams. Ah. So, funny thing, I actually messed up my pinky the other day. I cut it. It's a little bit sore, so having a hard time today. A reminder from myself via bot to remind me, to remind you that if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. So consider a thumbs up, follow, sub, all the things if you want to. And the Discord, of course, too. Hey, what's up, Supplied Orange? How you doing? What brings you to the channel tonight? I don't think I've seen you here before, although people show up and then they tell me that they change their username all the time. Alright, so soft quota. I don't know if this is going to work, but I think... see, I kind of do want the tab bit to work. Because I don't want to have to wait. This is why I had Super Tab installed, but apparently it conflicts with the other completion. Because I don't actually want to have to sit here and wait. I just want to be able to hit tab. And that's what Super Tab allowed me to do, is it would autocomplete based on words. Because now, yeah, this one's not. Well, I guess I need to make this syntactically valid, and maybe then it'll be able to do a better job. So hard quota, infinity. Then what do we got? Okay, so stale at... Well, feel free to ask questions. Even stupid questions are accepted here. In fact, especially stupid questions. Maybe. All questions are dumb. So, yeah. Definitely. Questions are a matter of ignorance. Unless you're questioning me as to, hey, you idiot, why don't you do it this way? Then they would be a matter of non-ignorance and instruction. Anyway. Okay, stale at... Wait, was this... This is actually supposed to be a real date time? I forget, because that comes out of the database. So I think it is. I think this is actually supposed to be a real time. So we'll do now... I often do D for date. So we're going to do new date. And then, yeah, so stale at... I guess we want to go... What's the furthest date we can go in the future? I will tell you that in just one... I'll explain Webhook in just one second. Let me just... JavaScript max date. I just want to look this up real quick. And then I will explain the webhooks. I'm looking for... Okay, I'm guessing that we actually have plenty of dates to work with. So I'm just going to say something far from now is what we're going to go with. Far future equals set full year. Oh, whoops, full UTC year. Get full... Wait, is it get? Hold on. Anyway, a webhook is when it's basically like a push notification, but for a web app. So, are you familiar with curl or request or fetch or just what an HTTP request is in general? A webhook is when you register with a server, hey, when this event happens, make a web request back to my server to let me know that the event has happened. And it could be a series of events, a single event, a calendar event, so on and so forth. All right, here we go. UTC full year, that's what I wanted. All right, so this is going to be stale at some point far in the future. It's going to be expiring at some point far in the future. It's going to be created at new date. The first second there. It's going to be reset at just new date now, I suppose. It's going to be revoked at null. So I need to go update the type and make sure that revoked at can be null. So that is actually a question mark over here. So if it's an optional property, it's over here. But those could be null. And request count is 0. Okay. Yeah, it's a webhook is let's see. Trying to think of the right terminology in terms of which one is sending and which one is receiving. So my application would request a webhook. In this case, when a payment is made. This, if you work with PayPal, when a payment is made, you get a webhook to your application because there's a distance in time between when you initiate an order and when the payment actually goes through. So, and there's different processes of a payment. So there's the request, the authorization, the capture, and then there could be a chargeback. And so you have a webhook for a particular order with a particular customer to let you know where things are at. So for example, you might want to start processing the order as soon as it's authorized. And then when it's captured, you might want to mark the order as valid. And then when you get the, or maybe that's when you want to say it's ready for shipping, something like that. So it's the same concept as a push notification for a phone. You say, your app says, hey, I want to know when I get a message from another user. And so your phone actually has a network socket connection with the Apple server. And whenever a server for a particular app, say it's a messaging app like Discord, when you get a message, the Discord server knows that your phone is registered and it's got the ID of your phone. And so it says, tell this phone that this user sent them this message, and then you get the little pop-up in it. That's not a webhook because it's not using HTTP, it's using a proprietary protocol developed by Apple, but it's the same concept. Okay. So, request count. Okay, cool. So basically this right here is I'm going to create this account just with bogus data in it anytime I need the master account, the service level account. And so its request count is always going to be 0. And so its quota can never expire, and its quotas are set to infinity, which is a valid number. Probably not in the database, but for the purposes of doing math and comparing, is 0 greater than infinity, that will always be false. I think even infinity, let's see, let's just check this out. Infinity greater than infinity, I think that should be false. And then less than should also be false. And then equal to should also be false. Oh, that's odd. That's mathematically incorrect. But as a programming constant, that may be acceptable. I'm not sure if that is a bug in the language or not. Because infinity is not equal to infinity in math. Because you can have different... not all infinities are the same infinity. There's different infinities, because if you multiply infinity by 2, then you have a larger infinity than the original infinity, mathematically speaking. Anyway, yeah, so I got that now. So good. Now let's go back over here. And then... let's, I'm going to call it MA for master account, lib master account, and then we'll probably change this at some point, but it's good enough for now. Geffen, as I say. So I don't know what this, I don't know what the pictures mean on Twitch. It's interesting because people have basically different picture fonts. I guess that's when you level up on Twitch, you get to choose a different font than the default robot one. Is that correct? Because if I do, say I do my... oh, that didn't come through. I thought that was going to come through as the robot. Let's see if I do it on Twitch itself. Oh, okay. If I do it on Twitch itself, it does come through as the robot. Let me try this again. Nope. Interesting. Okay, so wait. Hold on. I'm so confused. Because your pictures are coming through as this excited chibi girl anime type character. Oh, okay, yeah, you got the robot one there too. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, anyway. Twitch is still so foreign to me. I'm still not even in the early phases yet. I'm still pre-early phases of understanding it all. Emotes. So when I become an affiliate, then I'll have the ability to make my own emotes or something like that. Okay. So I'm a bot, but once I get my blue check, then I can load some emotes. Got it. I'll look forward to that day. Now I have to think about what I'm going to have. All right, where is my token auth at? All right, so this one right here, I'm going to say if secure compare, whoops, token. Actually, I typically like to use Oh, okay, this is what we'll do. How do I want to do this? Oh, I called it master took. What am I doing here? Account equals. So we're gonna let account here. Let account. Is master account. I'll do this. Okay, good. There's the master token up here, but I need to, there we go, make sure that that will always be guaranteed to be a string. All right. Have any other questions for me? And what is supply to orange a reference to? Oh, I need to go grab my typings from over here. Hey! Thanks for the follow. I was trying to get to affiliate by my birthday, but I'm just not streaming interesting enough content. Because there's Soylent Green, and Supplied Orange sounds like a slant of Soylent Green. I think that's what I was thinking. It's crazy. There's still some key combinations that I have to look at my fingers for. It's because I have to move my fingers to a less natural location. So for example, I can't easily hit Control A. And so I have to move my fingers over, and I'm in the habit of glancing down. My mic is in the way of my hands right now. Okay, I am going to set no number. Well, I guess, yeah, I'll just cat this. So I need to make a directory here. Typings. And then express index.d.ts. And that's going to fail, of course, which is fine. And I need to make the directory here mkdir. Boop. And then paste this in, and hopefully it formats. It's not formatting. Let me do set paste first. Oh, there it goes. It did format. Okay. So I'm going to extend this with account, which is going to be of type account. That shouldn't be a problem, right? And I don't need any of this on here. And I don't really need to modify the response. Yeah. I don't really want to modify this at all, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Okay. And then I'm going to go back over here. Okay, now that error's gone away. So we have the token off. Let me see what happens here. And I'm going to go update this to say that if this is the master token, we're just going to return without doing anything at all. Param string token. And I'm going to cheat here. No, I'm not. Param object ops. And then what is resource about? I guess resource is a string too. Okay, let's see if I can keep that open. And then go back to the server one here. Okay, it didn't work the way I was hoping. It didn't keep the TypeScript mobobber hot. Oh, interesting. Obviously, I meant to templatify this, and I did not. There we go. Alright, where'd that handlers thing go? Ah! And this is error request handler. Yay! I got it. There we go. Oh, oops. Yay. Now I caught my error. Alright, so I still need to relay the webhook. Well, I'm not even done with this bit first. Yeah, so I'm using Vim. Let me see if I think I've got the command here. If you do bang Vim in the chat, it should give you the link to my Vim setup and tutorial. There, I did it. Okay, relay webhook. No, I still don't want to do that one yet. I'm still on webhook auth, so let me think here. So I'm going to request a webhook. That's going to be token. Let me put this here. Wouldn't it be rather hard to use as compared to VS Code? No, I find it to be much easier to use because it's a lot simpler. And I don't have to deal with a bunch of menus and the mouse or trackpad. I don't have to deal with load times. It's just quick and easy. And most importantly for me, because I do backend, Vim is available on every server in all environments. So I don't have to have my environment set up in order to edit a file. And I can also get my environment set up in a matter of seconds. Because that link right there, Vim Essentials, that is my environment. There are a few slight changes from the way that I code on a day-to-day basis from what's available in Vim Essentials, but it's very little. So I like the portability of it. Okay. I have to think through this a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. All webhooks. All right. Okay, I think I've gotten a better idea in my head of what I was trying to do here. Let me go back to our update payment status. Basically, I just want to look up, do I have an address that I want to send a webhook to? Now, why was I doing this? Is it because, is there some sort of polling going on? I'm trying to remember. What was the promise about? What were we waiting on this for? Oh, interesting. I also have an amount on there, but why? I don't recall that. Let me go back on here. I'm going to go back to my types. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. I'd love to know what brings you here tonight. If you're a returning visitor, it seems that something magic happens once we pass the midnight barrier, because we start to get more people a little more consistently. So I'm guessing y'all are over in Europa. Yeah, so it's maybe 8 a.m., 9 a.m. over there right now, depending on which part you're in, right? Okay, where was I? I was going to add on here amount. But I don't actually to do what? Just putting that there. I don't know what I was going to use that amount for. Whoops, I don't want to be in there. I want to be in here. What I do want to know is what was I... Okay, wait for. And the wait for is... Okay, because there's going to be a polling where the person that's using the service is checking their token status. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and throw a handler on here. Okay. The browser client is polling to know when to remove the pay me QR code. Alrighty. Oh, good. I just went in here to make sure that the query is a record string, and it is. Count is count, URL is string. I'm actually going to put in here original URL as well. I often access that. I don't know if that's a merge type or how that bit works. Okay. Let's see. Let me think on this. So this part we do want to keep. Probably want to update it to actually use the database. But yeah. We want... Okay. Under where we order the API access is where we want to change how we're registering to the webhook, because we want to actually use our own self. So what I need here is a base URL. So call it API base URL. And this is going to be, how are we using this right now? I think we are using it as just a normal domain. Let's encrypt and all that. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and throw this one up. I think I will remove the slash, because we're going to add the slash as we modify the URL. Okay, so let me do that API base URL equals, I'm going to throw this in here, API base URL. Okay. Okay. I also need webhook service URL, which in this case is going to be the same. So maybe I don't need the API base yet. Let's change this to webhook base URL. Again, this service is going to actually, in the first part, be calling itself. Yeah. And we'll optimize that away at some point in the future, but not yet. Oh, this should be an or, not an and. Oh no, that and is actually appropriate there. That was correct. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted with adding typing information, but so it is. Okay, let me go back to... Okay, register the webhook again. Oh, I still need... Anytime the other one gets called, so we're not using this yet. So this is the full node webhook service. And we are going... We're gonna register this here. Where are we? Hold on. Okay, I'm having a little bit of that recursion problem. Okay, we don't want the OG. We want the register webhook. Okay, and it's going to register back to itself. Good. And then account. Register. Okay, what I need is, yeah, I need the self-register webhook is what I need. All right, and we got the account, which is the details about the token. And this is for the person. Yeah. Okay, it's coming back to me. I'm just having a hard one with the recursive thinking, but give me a minute. I'll get there. Wait, why is this saying resp? Register webhook? Oh, because it's type void. Got it. That makes sense. And then the payment address to watch. So I actually think that we should reverse the order of these parameters. Maybe not. No, because the account could have many different addresses it's listening on. So that makes sense. Okay. Register webhook. Okay, so here I am acting as a client. I'm just going to put this. In this, I am acting as a client to myself. And this is a temporary note. So I'm going to copy a lot of the same logic from here. It might actually end up being very nearly identical. Okay, getting closer, getting closer. I'm going to take another 30 minutes and then I have a conference tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get to bed, but hopefully I will get the webhook registering to itself taken care of. Okay, but the big difference here Let me think through this. I'm going to call this, well, DWH token is fine. See how many places this is used. Webhook auth. Is it safe to reveal those tokens? Yes, because right now this is just a test service, and I can regenerate those tokens at any time. They're not saved anywhere. They're not useful for anyone else. So if I wanted to create a new random token, I just go here, and then boom. I just create another one and put it in there once this goes into a production mode. But yeah, the tokens are for myself. So I'm registering. Essentially, this is a webhook service that is using its own webhooks. Okay. So we're using that there, and we're using it here. We don't. All right, this is what I need to do. So in my case, the master token and the client token are going to be the same. So I'm going to call it the DPY token. Because this is... Actually, let's call it merchant token. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to put this in a different space. I'm going to put this in a different space, and I'm going to put this in a different space. There we go. Alright, so here I'm going to be... Where's dash web hooker? So we're going to use the base URL. Let me see about this though. API webhooks, sure. Wait, what was base URL before? What was getting that from? This one. All right. Alright, that's the URL that I want this to come back to. And where I want to make the request out to. Okay, webhook base URL. This is what I need to do. I need to template this out. All right, so this is the address at which I'm going to register a webhook. I'm going to rename this from Registration request. There we go. Merchant token rather. So at param string base URL param count string payaddr. Okay. So both of these are actually going to be coming to itself. This is okay. So save the URL and the address to the database. That's actually not where this is going to be happening. That's okay. Payment accepted is where this one DWH. Let's try this. Payment accepted should go here. And then we're going to have this one. Sorry, I'm not talking as much right now as I'm just dedicating more of my brain power to thinking through my problem. Okay, so this is not going to be... See, that is going to be a type of webhook off. This is going to be different. So this one is going to be expecting my merchant key. This one is going to be token off. So I'm actually going to move this one down. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Things like that I don't like about autocomplete. When it gets in the way, you know? Alright, let me see if I can... Am I ready to explain myself yet? See, where's the DWH here? Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, there we go, good. Nothing of consequence. kind of want to pass in here that what we're looking for is going to be the merchant token. But what we're looking for here is going to be the DWH token. Hook off. So I'm actually going to flippy do this around, where this is going to return a function. And what you're going to be passed in is the expected token. So then we're going to do at returns here. Bring in the handler and we need string expected token. So what I'm doing on this bit is I'm using the same token that is used to connect to the service is the same token that the service is going to use to authenticate back. So it's a shared token that if I need to make a request to the webhook service to say, hey, send me a webhook, that webhook service is also going to use that same token when it sends the webhook, and this is how I authenticate. So I authenticate to it to say, hey, send me the webhook, and it knows who I am because of the token I'm sending it. And it's going to send that same token back to me, and I already have that token, so I know that if I get that token back, it's coming from the correct service. Oops, there we go. Okay. There's my little custom error. So I have an error handler that when it catches errors based on what the status is, it treats the error differently, whether it's going to log it on the server or whether it's going to pass it back to the client. These 400 level errors, it'll pass back to the client. So the client will get back the message, invalid basic auth pass. Might as well just make that password. Okay. All right. So when this gets payment, again, register webhook. registration. There we go. Okay, and then I need a function that's going to be, well, really kind of similar, but it's going to be register merchants webhook. And this is going to be where I need to grab back from over here. Well, I think I already grabbed this part, actually. This is where the webhooks code actually is. So lib, whoops. No, it's not in lib, it's just webhooks. So let's see, can I simplify this down a little bit? So we've got a register. Okay, and it's going to set up a bunch of tests when they register to make sure that their webhook URL is working correctly. So that all makes sense. Then we have to have the other part, which is going to handle the actual relay, which is what we call the db.get. So let me look over here, see if I can copy that over. Oops, not in this file. That's going to be under, I think, server. Okay, yeah, we're doing it a little bit differently on this side. But this should be about the same. This bit that actually makes the request. So let me see about pulling this out into its own. Okay. Yep, all right. So we have the register here, and we also need to have the maybe the send. So there's the address that I'm going to pay to. I'm going to check and see if I've got anything with that. I don't know if account is the right terminology here, because I don't think this account is really the same as what I was thinking of in the other one. This is more just data. Yeah. I'm going to call this one a hook. Not account. I don't think I used the term account up here, do I? Register? Oh, I kind of do. Let's see, rec.account. Can I take a look at that real quick? Hostname. Details.hostnames. Oh, okay. Actually, let me take a look at that again. I don't remember why I was using multiple host names. I think it was which host names is this token allowed to send to? I think that was the question. Yes, and I still do need to keep that functionality. Maybe. Because what you don't want to have happen is someone to use your service as an open relay for an attack, for example. So they pay you some small amount and then have you hammer something else with webhooks, which I don't know that this would even work in that case anyway. But you do want to authenticate at some level, which I think we already got that mostly in place in the other code. But anyway, interesting that I called it account at all. Let me go back in here. Yeah, so there's host names. Untrusted host name. Now, that one we don't have to worry about. In this particular case, I don't think. I'm gonna put that as a to-do. I'll put the async in there. Okay, so we're gonna register this. And this feels a lot more like hook information and a lot less like account information. I think that that was a misnomer in the other code here. So if I go back to where this was doing the send, yeah, that's not really the same account. That's more the hook. Yeah. I think account was maybe a typo. I'm just going to swap that out real quick. Account should be hook. Just going through, see if I was using hook anywhere else. Doesn't look like I was. Alright, so that should be alright. Okay. So I actually need to stay back over here and continue to look at this webhooks file. Actually, up here I should not take this out yet, because I've got two different servers, one in this right tab and one in this left tab, and this one is going to use that code path. The one on the right is not going to use that code path. That's okay. So the register's over here. And this one... also, I go back into here. Where was that DB at? Hooks DB. So get my pub key hash. That is still in effect in this particular case. So I need to go back into this webhooks file, look at the send. So we need, really we need two. So let me go back into the server and check. Did I cut this out? I think I did. Let me do a git diff on the server. Let's see, did I cut a big chunk of code out of it? Server.js. No, I didn't. I just copied that over here. Okay, good. All right, so then we don't have to worry about that one then. We can just go straight with this one. Okay. I do need to clarify this. Maybe so I want to have the event name in here apparently. Maybe event name, the TX. And the output. Or maybe not. Maybe we just do TXID and Satoshis. We pass that in here. Where else do we have a problem with that? Okay, so event. So what is this going to look like on the outside? It's going to look like event is EV name and TXID is tx.hash and Satoshis is out.satoshis. All right. And maybe instant send. I think we only want instant send. I don't think we want to know about anything else as an event, because if it's not an instant send, then we don't have a guarantee that it's actually going to go through. We'd have to wait for it to come out on the block rather than being able to send it immediately. Hmm. We're gonna need to, I guess maybe we don't need to distinguish what the raw address is. TX equals. There we go. Now I've made this function backwards forwards compatible. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to listen on TX. I think I only want to listen on TX lock. Okay, so this should be fine now. Could I consolidate this? Probably. I don't think I want to right now. Let's do this. P2 PKH. I'll do let hook. And then if that, we'll do this. And then otherwise, we'll do this. Yeah, that looks good enough. And then if I just go back to the main server code here, did I have this bit here? Yeah. I didn't even change it, did I? Nope. So we put in the pay adder, we put in the tx.hash, we put in the out.satoshis, and then we put in the p2pkh. So all of that looks good. So this is txid, this is satoshis, this is evname, That's hooks with a capital H. All right. I am hitting my limit. But I need to get in a good place to stop so that when I come back to this, I'm not confused at all about what I was doing. So let me think about how to get to there from here. Let's see, default timeout. Do we have that in here? Interesting. I should probably give a time to this. Five times 1,000. Okay. That makes sense. If it takes more than 5 seconds, probably something went wrong. So we got the register. We got the send. I made the P2PKH optional. Keep the pay adder in here just like it was. Oh no. Let's make this one go away. Bunch of punks and their bots. Where was I? Yeah, they come in to do that every once in a while. Usually it's, dirty girly sites, but I've had that one happen a few times too. I think it's just playing off of what's in the media and whatnot, and I don't know. Okay, but it is a little bit distracting because now I lost my train of thought here. I was looking to see, yes. If I call the send function, have I adequately copied over all of this? And I believe the answer to that would be yes. Well, let's see here. Maybe the dot catch? I think maybe I should be doing this. Where? Yeah, there we go. By the way, Joe, what's up? How are you? Welcome to the channel. Maybe this part right here is what I want. Yes, okay. I don't think I want that part in here. Whoops. Default behavior should not be to swallow errors. All right, so I think we're good with that then. Although that should probably be this way. So we're going to return the response if the response is okay. Otherwise, we're going to throw an error. Although we're not really doing anything with that response, so I suppose it doesn't matter. All right, so this code should now work for both sides. So let me go ahead and update this here. Basically, I just move more webhook code out to the shared space. Default webhook timeout. Okay. Fair enough. Although I think I can do this here. That's a little bit less overhead, maybe. Webhook server. All right, so this is just a tiny refactor. Move webhooks and from out from main. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and push that up. And then I'm gonna copy that over. I'm pretty sure I haven't made any modifications locally to this code on the other side. So let's see, do we still have, yeah, we still have the account stuff here. So let me just take a look. Where is that even at? Webhooks, new file. Okay. So I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to open it up again. And I'm going to set paste. And I'm going to paste. And what I'm expecting to see if I do a diff on this is just the bit that I added and some to-do notes there. Yep, that looks right. Oh, that one still says set rather than add. So let me go ahead and update that too. So we're going to call that add. And then what else was I going to change? I was going to change where these to-dos are. Basically, let's just say if account and then of course I need to go back here real quick. Wait, what's this? Register res.json. No, I don't want to do that, do I? I don't think I do. Let me think about this for a second here. Res dot. Okay, so, and then this data is for the webhook. Why are we parroting wow insane? I mean, I know why the first one was said. Or is it just is it showing up somewhere that it ought not show up and needing to push it out of the chat? All right, what was I doing now? Okay, let me do the git diff here and take a look now. So let me take a look without any white space. Whoops, white space. Minus white space needs to come first. Okay, so all we did was add that if around that. That's good there. Okay. So as we look at this then, do I have the webhook stuff set up already? No, I don't. Let's do this. Webhooks.js.create. And then we need to do the same thing here. Default stale age. Is that what it was? Or stale time or something like that? Oh, no. This is default webhook timeout. Okay. So default webhook timeout is 5 times 1,000. And then DB, we want that to be hooks DB, just like we have over here. So what I'm doing is I'm replicating the way the webhooks were working in the full node server into the API server. Because this is going to be a relay. So what we're going to need, we're going to have this API webhooks here, not here, but where is it? This one is going to, that's the update payment. No, that's not, this one's not going to be update payment. This one is going to be, let me think about this. And this is register. So register, I'm going to call it light webhook for now, as opposed to full webhook, which is what this one is here. Full node webhook. Registered light webhook. Right. And then we think about this then. Ah, yes. So this is the component piece. So this register webhook is the merchant client, because again, this is acting as a webhook service for itself as well. It is its own first client. So R, sometimes I prefix the routes with R to distinguish them from util functions and stuff like that. First of all, let me go back here and grab handler real quick. So we can throw that up there. So this is going to be register the webhook this way. And this is where the shared functionality is going to come in. So we're going to have hooks.register rec-res. Oh, this was another thing that I wanted to do. So if everything turns out all right, let's see, where's the res at with this? Let's actually just get rid of this. I really kind of want to get rid of the rec as well. I'd rather pass this into the register. Let's see, where all is rec used? It's used all the way down here too? Is this still part of the first one, or is this down in the second one? Let's set number real quick. Okay, so this is a bit long. All right, let's call this the hook rec. To not be confused. Okay, so line 46. So this one, we need a default username here. Default username. Or maybe we call this API username. And then we need API token. So API username is this. API token is rec.token, which I don't think I'm getting the token the same way for this one, so that's going to need to be different. So if we could bring these up here, and they look like this. Oh, and I'm going to have to move that base 58 check over here as well. Let's see. Okay. All right, so unfortunately, I'm just going to have to leave this kind of where it lies again. I think I'm just going to do a whip. I've got a conference to go to tomorrow, and there's no way I'm going to wake up on time to get up there as it is right now. I wanted to get up there for the keynote, but, well, I'll still get up for the keynote. I'll make it happen somehow. Let's see. I'm still making good progress. Slow and steady. Well, not necessarily slow either. All right, res.json result. But I don't know what. Okay, so what did we do over here? Send. Do we have, oh, oops. Okay, res.json. This is what I want to get from this then, right? Let me go back to register here real quick. Okay, so we want to return. I guess this needs to be moved. Don't wait for cleanup. All right, so we got the URL and we got the address. Pay adder. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just complaining. Normal stuff. What was this one? It was URL address. Okay. Now what was I doing here? Oh, and a quick note from my bot to bug me, to bug you, to remember. If you like what you like, you get more of what you like. So if you do like this, consider thumbs up, follow, sub, etc. I'll take the headphones off now. Okay. I am a little less interactive now because I'm a little bit more tired now. See, function E. Yeah, so we still have that. So we could still do throw E. There we are. That's a little nicer, maybe. What was it complaining about? Unexpected comma? Shouldn't be complaining about an unexpected comma. Ah, yes. Because that was not handled properly. Okay, now that's been handled properly. Okay, what is it complaining about? Plans? I don't want to know what it's complaining about plans. What I want to know is where hooks is being used, if anywhere. Okay, we don't need to pass res in. Good. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do this right now. Register, we're going to get it so that rec dot any of these things. Okay, good. So we're just going to pass in. See, is data used in a bunch of places? We're just going to go with it for now. All right, so we're going to say is that all of this is getting passed in. Data, webhook, URL, account, API username, API token. So we should be able to delete all of this. Data, webhook, account, API username, API token. Okay. And I'll type that later. But for now, I'll just leave it as is. We'll go back into the server bit. And then we'll throw this all down. I need a little ditty to get rid of to switch from equals to colons. You know, and it makes me wonder, do we actually need these different operators for assignment? There must be some sort of syntactic reason that we don't just reuse equals in JSON originally, but I don't know what it would have been. All right, so this one. Okay, and this let hook rec. I don't even know if that's the right thing to call it, but we're going to call it that. Okay, but this rec.token, that's not correct. Or is it? Let's see, token off. Let's take a look there real quick. Token. Blah, 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 blah. So maybe we can say rec.token equals token and bring that around. Okay, R register light webhook. Okay, it doesn't really like that, but that's okay. All right, I'm getting off, y'all. Thanks for joining in. I think I've got this in a good place where I can pick it up tomorrow and continue onward. And I think tomorrow I got my fingers crossed on this one. But I think we'll actually get to the point of testing this because we're pretty close now. To just being able to basically run the same test that we did a month or two ago. Thanks, Ernest. I think we're pretty close to being able to run basically the same test, but instead of with the hello API, we'll be able to run it with the payment API. So what I'll do is I'll pay, and it's just more machinery being activated. So I'm going to pay, and then once I pay, then I can use the hello API to just get back my quota information essentially. Or I can use the register payment API to then put up another QR code that I could then pay to and then see that it got paid. But I should need to do that because just checking the hello API should be sufficient because the fact that this is using itself should demonstrate that it would work if I used my own token as well. I have to look into that. I'm going to change just to get rid of a few more error messages. I will go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, also we need to have somebody to raid. If you've got someone that you would like us to raid, go ahead and let me know as I just finish up these few error messages here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna see if anybody that I'm already following is on. And try rating them. Let's see. Okay, all of that looks good. I do want locally also to make a copy of this because I'm not ready to commit it. I don't even have the keys set up on that server. But I want to make sure I don't lose the work. Where's this dash webhook client? So I'm going to sync. Oh, this was. Yeah. Okay. Syncing and synced. Okay, that's done. All right. Yeah, we're pretty close to being able to test, but I probably need, I don't know. Who can say, but probably about another hour. Anyway, let's find who we can raid. Let me go to Twitch proper here. I don't think it's showing me anybody that I know is on. Oh wait, no, we do. We're gonna raid Roy. That's what we're gonna do. /raid Roy. Pew. All right, here we go, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's been great. Thanks for joining in. Adios.